Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about C programming language and its features. So what is a C programming language? C programming language is general purpose programming language. Now what do we mean by general purpose? General purpose means the ability to perform multiple tasks. Alright, general purpose means the ability to perform multiple tasks. Now, what do we mean by programming language? Programming language is a group of words or notations that are used to instruct computer to perform a specific task. Alright, so programming language is a group of words or notations that are used to instruct computer to perform a specific task. So this is what we mean by general purpose programming language. Now, who develops C programming language? C programming language was developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1970s at Bell Labs. It was developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1970s at Bell Labs. So this is a very brief introduction about C programming language. Now let us talk about its features. The first feature of C programming language is that it's a general purpose programming language, which we have already discussed. So it's a general purpose programming language. The second feature of C programming language is that it's a middle level or mid-level programming language. Mid-level or middle-level programming language means the ability of a programming language to handle, like you can say, it is basically a layer of abstraction. Okay, so let me give you an example to understand what mid-level programming language is. Okay, so here we have a computer and a human being. Computer, now for a human being to instruct computer, it has to be instructed in a language which computer can understand, right? Now computer understands only binary language. Okay, so binary language is basically a language consisting of only two letters, either 0 or 1. So computer understands only binary language. But for a human being, a binary language is very difficult to understand as well as very difficult to write. So it is quite a very difficult task for a human being to give instructions to a computer in binary language. Therefore, layers of abstractions were created on binary language. Now, depending upon these layers of abstraction, we can categorize any programming language into three different categories: low level, mid level, or high level. So here are the three different programming language categories that computer scientists have drawn or have been made depending upon the layer of abstractions. So low level languages are those languages which are very close to binary, but they are not very easily understandable to human. They are quite fairly understandable, but not very understandable. From low level, we have mid level, which has some level of complexities, and from mid level, we have high level, which has very high level of complexities, which means the degree of abstraction is very higher in high level programming languages. And since the degree of abstraction is very high in high level programming languages, they are very easy for a human being to understand. So C programming language lies between low level and high level. Low level languages have more control over the computer, while it is not very easily understandable for a human being. While high level languages are not very control, high level languages do not have very control over computer system, but they are very much understandable to human being. So C lies somewhere between low level and high level, which means using C programming language, you can control fair amount of computer hardware or systems, and programming language is easily understandable for a human being too. So yeah, more degree of abstraction means more understandable to human being. Okay, so if you go from low level to high level, the degree of abstraction or the layer of abstraction becomes more complex or become more it basically increases. But if you go from high level to low, your control over the computer hardware or computer system will get increases. So yeah, if we move from low level to high, more degree of abstraction, which means more understandable to human being. And if we move from high level to low, you can have more control over the computer system. So this is a fair bit of trade-off between a computer and a human being. If you want more readability, you will lose some of the control over the computer system. And if you want less readability, you can have a lot of control over the computer system. So this summarizes what a mid-level programming language is. Now let's talk about the third feature of C programming language. The third feature of C programming language is that it's fast and efficient. Well, as you can clearly guess from here, the diagram that I have made, the level of abstraction that I have told is that C programming language is a mid-level language, right? So mid-level language has a fair bit of control over the computer system. Now, since mid-level language has a fair bit of control over the computer system, it is quite fast and efficient compared to other high-level languages. So this basically concludes the feature of C programming language. Uh, there are a lot of other features of C programming language as well, which I'm not going to talk about here, because if I do talk about it, then you won't be able to understand it. So it will be much better that you will understand those things at the right time or at the right place. This is not the right place to introduce some of the features of C programming language. Like C programming language have dynamic memory allocation. Like you won't be able to understand what dynamic memory allocation is right now. So I'm leaving some of the features here because I'm going to introduce it in later chapters. Right? So this is a fair bit of introduction about C programming language and its features. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.